So Kimura on the far arm from side control. The person's most likely going to be framing this. We need to deal with this frame first. So as we're here, I'm in side control. Don't worry about this arm for the time being. You could just trap it with one arm if you wanted to, just for the sake of it. But now I'm going to pop off my knees, drop my hip to trap the top of the forearm. It's really important that I trap as high up towards the wrist as possible, because that's where the leverage is the weakest. So I drop my hip, but my belly button is still turned down. If my belly button is starting to come up to the sky, especially as I do the next step, I'm going to be bridged off quite easily. So you need your belly button against his belly button. From here, when I've switched my hips, I'm going to back step with the leg that's closest to his hip. So I'm going to back step. When I'm here, I should still have my belly button reasonably far down towards his belly button. I step through, switch my hip, and my knee comes straight towards his head right away. From here, I step over, and then I separate my legs and push my hips down. When I'm here, when I trap this arm, I'm going to be really low. So this means that my head is close to his hips, and my hips are controlling his shoulder, his arm, and the rest of my body is controlling his rib cage. That's the first step in order to do this. So if we do that a bit faster, just trap the arm, collapse the wrist, back step, step through, switch, and up. Very important. From here, when I do the actual Kimura itself, the job of my arm that's trapping the wrist is to just keep pushing that into the ground. When I'm here, this arm is not going to be against his shoulder. If my elbow is close to his shoulder, he can literally just stay there and just keep his elbow on the ground most of the time. My leverage is going to be elbow against elbow. The upper arm is connecting to his shoulder blade. So if I'm going to exert the most amount of pressure here with the least amount of effort, I put my elbow against his elbow. That's all I want to do. Here, elbow against elbow. If you can grab your own wrist, that's great. If you can't, your arms are too short, you just grab 2-on-1 sort of forearm wrist grip. From here, I'm going to lift my elbow up, and at the same time, I push my hips forwards, then I use my left leg in this instance to push myself in this direction. And all I need to make sure to do is that this wrist here is pinned to the ground at all times. And through. When I have that position, it's going to give me a lot of leverage to use my legs and elbow instead of just trying to lift and yank on the elbow. So make sure you trap the frame, walk across, pin the wrist, then elbow against elbow, and then you use your legs just to literally keep lifting. It's all just a matter of time, really. If they don't tap straight away, just keep pushing.